Hi guys, my name is Brooke and I'm here to go ahead and do the Authortube Newbie Tag. I want to go ahead and just give a shout out to everyone who is scared to go ahead and start some type of YouTube channel that they've been wanting to do for years, because I know I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for years and I've just always been too scared, too nervous, too whatever to just go ahead and get started. And so today I'm finally getting started. So the first, like I said, the first video I am doing is the Author Newbie tag. And so this was a tag created by JennaTheDarkOne. I ended up finding her original tag through Cam at Wolfshot Publishing. So I'll link both JennaTheDarkOne's and Cam at Wolfshot Publishing's videos below, so that way you all can kind of see what their take on this tag was. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get going with the questions. Since I have my phone recording my video today, I'm gonna go ahead and read off the questions for the tag off of my laptop. I love my sticker. Do you see my sticker? She's just the best. It's Snow White eating an apple. It's the Mac apple, okay? And I just think that's like the cutest, smartest thing, that she's not just eating her apple, she's eating the Mac apple. I'm such a nerd. I don't know why I think that's really funny. So anyway, I'm reading it off of here. So let's get started. Okay, so question number one, how did you find out about Authortube? I had found out about BookTube way before any type of writing videos. I had first discovered Christine at Pullin' Bananas Books years ago. I can't even remember how many years ago, but I loved watching her doing just funny skits or funny type of videos revolved around reading. And then as the years went on by, then I discovered more writers, because I write, I feel like, a lot more than how much I read, just because that's just, it's like every time I read a book, it's just always like, oh, this is so good. Oh, this makes me want to write now though. And so I would always just be way more of a writer. I found out about the whole Authortube community through, I was just like trying to find other writers on YouTube. And I just liked that whole community on YouTube, and I kept trying to find more. And I found some videos done by Lily Mead, and I really liked her. She's just so darling and just so cute to watch. And so I started watching her a lot. And I found out that she kind of was helping out getting Authortube going on YouTube. She was definitely the reason of how I came upon it. Okay, so question number two is, what genres do you write in? Currently, my book that I'm working on right now is paranormal / horror genre, also with some historical elements in there for sure, because it takes place in the 1920s. That is definitely what I'm doing for my book currently, but I also have a book that I've written in the past that was more fantasy, time travel aspects into there. And so yeah, I just have lots of categories of genres that I like to write in. Number three, what is your preferred view / tint / category that you prefer to write in? So I can write in first person tense. It just, for some reason, I just feel like whenever I do it, I come across sounding a little bit more young for some reason. I don't know why. I feel like I'm more whiny, and I just don't care for it. I feel like my writing is a lot more matured whenever I write in third person past tense. But that's just me. I think eventually I'll like to write a first person aspect, a first person view to my novels. But as of right now, I'm gonna stick with what I love and what I have a good flow with, and that would be for third person past tense. Number four, are you a plotter, pantser, or plantser? So, and I know what plantser is. There's some people I've seen on this tag where they're like, plantser, what the crap? But for me, oh, I totally know what it is. It's a merge of plotter and pantser, and that is totally me. I am a plantser. That is for sure me. I am not a very good organized person. I'm a lot more lazy and unorganized, for sure, in life, so that makes sense of why I don't like outlining. I just never have cared for it. Every time I start, I'm like, I'm gonna write from chapter 1 to the very end of the book, and I never end up finishing. I always just probably write the first 2 chapters outlined, and then I'm like, I'm done. I just need to start getting going with the whole story, because it just is like, it's plaguing my mind, and I just get so bored writing out little details of things. But I know everything that goes on in my head for the most part. I plot what's gonna happen. I just don't like to write it down. And as for being a pantser, the part of me, I really like not totally having a set plan of what is going to take place in the book. I like to have the characters lead the way and me discovering the characters as I go along. So I don't really care to have everything written down in an outline. I like to discover the story as I'm writing it. Okay, so question number 5, are you self-published or yet to be published? Back whenever I think I was 22, I had self-published my book that was about time travel, and it was not good, to say the least. I just remembered so many errors, so many grammatical things, and I had really not done my research on how to self-publish my book. It was very just me winging it the whole time. Now I'm a lot better of a writer now that I'm a lot older. My writing has definitely grown a lot since I was the young age of 22 when I first self-published that book. So I know things now to not put in my book, and I also know things not to do when self-publishing. So whenever I start to self-publish more things later on down the road, I will definitely be a lot more research savvy and definitely have more of an organized plan on how to market and how to handle the whole self-publishing adventure. Question number 6, what publishing company, literary agent, or printing company are you represented by or use? If you are not yet published, what is your dream publishing house? I know I'm probably gonna self-publish my works for the first couple years getting going with getting everything published by myself. So if I was to pursue an actual big publishing house, it'd be later on down the road, but I don't really have like a specific big house to get published by. Probably, if I had to just throw some names out there, probably Simon & Schuster. I love Penguin, Random House, anything really. I'm not picky by any means. It would just be nice to have more of a team be a part of publishing my book. Question number 7, what Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? I definitely want to do writing tutorials and participate in writing tags. I love participating and stuff like that, and then have the whole community like be a part of like a similar type of video that everyone's doing. I think those are fun. I also want to talk about movies and TV shows, anything around storytelling. I always think storytelling is an art form. I always like to watch movies and TV shows, and I'd like to try and point out like what I thought was great writing in this piece. Oh, speaking of TV shows, you guys see my shirt? This says Downton Abbey, and it's the old like Disney logo from the 90s, you know, where it's like the over the castle, and it's the Disney font, but it's Downton Abbey. My 2 favorite things ever represented on my shirt right now. So number 8, when did you start writing? I was really young, and I have no idea like what exact age. I think before I picked up a pen and put it to paper to start writing down stories, I think a lot of it had to deal with Polly Pockets. Does anyone remember those? They were this big and they were so cute to play with. I played with those so much more than Barbie dolls. I would always just create stories with their little houses that you bought and got to play with and stuff, and those were so much fun. But no, I think like whenever I think what got me started writing was whenever I'd be going to bed and my mind was wandering with like what I would do with my Polly Pockets the next day or something like that, and I'd be trying to like plot out like a little story to act out or something with them. And so I think instead of just waiting for the next day to do that, I think I just got out some paper and just started writing down my ideas of what to do, and then instead of doing more Polly Pocket little things, I just started creating stories. Number 9, what was the first story you ever wrote? This sounds weird because I just was talking about the stories I wrote with Polly Pockets, but now that I'm trying to think about it, I think the first story I wrote was something called The Little Cloud, and I drew a picture of this little cloud and had a cute little smiley face. And and I don't remember the story at all. I just remembered that was the first story I presented to my parents. But I do remember in 5th grade once, we like had to do a creative writing type of project, and it was supposed to be centered around pirates. And so everyone's pirate stories were cute and everything, but mine was actually kind of bloody. I read it out loud for all of the classmates to hear. My character was a girl pirate in the story, and she like sliced someone's throat, and I was like talking about blood coming out. And so like at the very end of class, like my teacher was asking, so guys, who was your guys' favorite story? And there were like all the guys in the class were like, Brooke's is my favorite story because I wrote about slicing throats. That was really funny. Okay, so number 10, what authors have inspired your writing the most? I haven't really technically read a Stephen King novel, but I have listened to his book on writing I don't know how many times. I will always just like, if I'm bored in the car and I just want something to listen to, I will always put in On Writing by Stephen King to listen to. It's just the best. Maggie Stiefvater, probably, I don't even know if I'm saying her name right. I say Maggie Stiefvater. Steve Otter, ate her, I don't know. But she is definitely probably my most influential writer because I just love how she forms her sentences. It's just always beautiful words and paragraphs that she forms, and she likes to tell stories in such a pretty, almost mysterious way. Even if her story isn't involving a mystery, it just always has a looming, mysterious feel to it that's just so pretty. And so she definitely is probably one of my biggest authors to influence my writing the most. Okay, so number 11, do you schedule your writing sessions or do you simply write whenever you find the time? I guess I'm a mix. I think I have days in the week where it's like after work, I am writing. This is what I'm doing today and everything, but I don't really like say at 4 to 7 or something, this is my writing time. I don't ever really do that. So I guess it's a mix of scheduling and just finding the time, but I do have the days in the middle of the work week where I'm like, this is the day I'm writing. I'm not doing anything else. And then also during the weekends, I will definitely try and stay home and write as much as I can too, for sure. Number 12, do you type on a computer, typewriter, write everything by hand, or do you use a blend of all of those? And where do you write in general the most? So I definitely I cannot write everything down by hand like I used to as a kid. If I do write by hand, it's more so like if I'm trying to work through a situation that I just can't for some reason get through. It's like I have to work it out on paper, but I definitely will type out everything rather than writing the whole story on paper. Where I write the most is definitely in my apartment. I will either write over there, which is probably where I don't get my most work done. I probably get my most work done right here at my desk. Just because it's just to where I'm more trained to write. I feel like once I start writing over here, I start to get kind of more sleepy because I'm just so much more comfortable, whereas at my desk I can be sitting upright and I can just be a lot more focused that way. Okay, number 13, what are you most looking forward to now that you're a part of Authortube? I just love writing down comments on other people's YouTube channels, on their videos, because I'll watch them all the time and I love to just kind of like somehow be in some type of communication with them, even though we're not face to face. So being able to have people comment to videos that I would be making, that would make me feel a whole lot more part of the Authortube community. And so I'm really excited to just make relationships, that internet relationships, to where I'm just talking with people who are into the same things that I am and who like what I have to say, because I mean, if you don't have people who are watching you do this, I guess it's fun to do this and record and to edit the videos that you would be making, but it just would be so much more rewarding to know that people are actually wanting to hear what you have to say. Okay, so that was the Authortube Newbie Book Tag. If you liked what you saw, I would really appreciate it if you just give me a like down below. Feel free to subscribe and follow to my upcoming videos. I hope to see you guys later on in the future, and thank you so much for watching me, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye!